in the NFC East, ESPN released NFL power rankings for every team's offense and defense, along with positional rankings. And while Skip's Cowboys came in with the number 7 offense, they ranked just 22nd on defense overall. The Eagles edged out Dallas by coming in 3rd in offense and 8th in defense. Overall, the Cowboys quarterback position, led by Dak Prescott, was ranked 13th overall, while Carson Wentz and the Eagles came in at 11th. So, Shannon, any problems with any of these rankings?
How many times? I mean, how many more rankings do we need, Skip Bayless?
A lot of rankings we go through.
How many?
So you think the Cowboys' defense is
20? What? Skip, hold on. Skip, I don't really need you to respond because you always jump in and you steal my time.
You asked me a question,
Yeah, it was a rhetorical question. No. Yeah. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. I just don't know how many more rankings we're going to have in which Dak Prescott is ranked behind Carson Wentz. Now,
it's only 13th to 11th. I was kind of like happily, pleasantly surprised by that.
Jen, I didn't.
Somebody finally got it.
Jen, I didn't really do. I did okay in school. But probably if someone would tell you, go back and ask anybody at Shannon in school, they would say math was my worst subject. But last I checked, 11 is higher than 13. Okay, I don't care if he's 12.
It's actually a overall quarterback ranking for the team, so I'll give you Josh McCown's better than Cooper Rush. I'll give you that.
That's what you're
Okay, so there it is. So it's a tie. It's really like sort of 12th to 12.
Actually, it's not a tie.
Well, that's how that was his criteria. Was overall quarterback
every player.
Look at the offense. Skip, I will concede this. I was surprised that the Cowboys' defense was ranked as low as it was, considering you look at the number that they did on the Saints, you look at the number they did on the Falcons. Now, they're a smaller defense, and they will wear down, Skip, if the offense can't control the ball, can control the tempo. When they can play, Skip, when they can play around, 29, 30 minutes, and when the Cowboys, they're in that 33, 34, 35-minute, the offense controls the ball like that, and they allow their defense to play less than 30 minutes, they're hell to deal with. Now, the question is, with D. Law, he's coming off those shoulder surgeries, but they're missing Robert Quinn. They're missing Randy Gregory. They got another couple of guys that's going to be suspended. How much pressure can they generate? Because I believe their back end is the weak link of the team.
Wait, you left out one guy. Taco Sunday. It's Taco Sunday. Somebody's going to trademark that.
Yeah, first of all, Taco ain't nobody got free tacos in Dallas yet.
No, not
because
yet.
Taco ain't done nothing.
It's coming.
Yeah, no, it ain't. No, they're not. No, they're not.
They got some free ones in preseason, but they were like air tacos. They didn't really exist.
Exactly. But when you look at offensive line, very close. But the Eagles loaded. They loaded.
Loaded everywhere but quarterback.
No, don't do that. See, there you go. Hold on. So if they're loaded everywhere but quarterback, your team is loaded everywhere, but your quarterback is ranked lower than their quarterback. So what did that tell you about your quarterback?
So I don't know all that much about Mike Clay, but he's become sort of the go-to guy to break down NFL teams for ESPN.com.
Okay.
He came from Pro Football Focus. He grew up in the state of Pennsylvania. And wait. He once worked for PhiladelphiaEagles.com. I don't know.
Yeah,
he did.
See what
That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm not kidding about this.
You try to sell the man up. You see what you try to do, Skip Bayless? That's unimportant. That is rich. So you think the man is biased out the gate?
No, I didn't say that. I was just reciting his background.
Thank you.
Just for the record, because people don't know where he came from.
Okay, so
Pro Football Focus via the state of Pennsylvania and Eagles.
The man got to live somewhere, Skip. The man had to go to school somewhere, had to live somewhere.
Kutztown State, wasn't that where Andre Reed went?
Oh, yes, it was. John Mobley also.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'm going to give Mike Clay this, because I told you the day after this happened, sitting right here, the most mystifying development in any NFL playoff game I've ever had a stake in, where I really cared about it, because I had my pride in this one, because it was Cowboys at Rams.
Right.
But the most mystifying development, the most inexplicable development to me, was that the Cowboys went from holding Seattle to 73 yards rushing. Seattle led the league at 160 per game in rushing. Led the league, and they held them to 73 and obviously won the game. And then they come out here to the Coliseum, and they allow 273. So from 73 against the best running team to 273 against a sort of a beat-up Todd Gurley, and then, of course, our man CJ, right?
Yeah.
Who went off first, and then Todd Gurley followed. So I sat back last night, and I said, is there something to this? Is he right? He ranks the interior line, the defensive line, 32nd. So he's saying the Cowboys have the absolute worst interior defensive line. And again, I saw one of the best against Seattle, because you want to talk about hold that line. They held it and shut it down. Shut it off. Seattle went nowhere slowly the whole game. And then how could you completely get annihilated by the Rams, who didn't do that to anybody all year? Didn't do that.
Well, I think early on, Skip, what happened was that your team could not sustain really many drives, and it forced the Cowboys' defense. And remember, they're a little undersized. And when they have to play 30, you start getting above that 30-minute mark, Skip, that's asking an awful lot for a smallish defense. So they started to wear them down, and CJ started banging on them.
They didn't wear them down. This started from the start. It's just like it's a runaway train up the middle of the defense.
Yeah, but Skip, you're getting 5 yards here, then 6 yards there, then 8 yards there, and everybody's looking around. And you saw even what you call them, 6 stomachs started hurting. What about your guy, Skip? The Wolf Hunter. Standing on the sideline, doubled up. Stomach. Had the bubble guts.
Mike Clay ranked the Dallas, what he calls the offside linebackers, the off-ball linebackers, second in the NFL.
Oh, I'll give him that.
So it's Wolf Hunter, Jalen.
You're good on that?
No question. I got no problem with that.
All right. So
they the real deal.
They were that night either, because they have to contribute some to stop the run, right?
But Skip, here's the thing. It's hard to make a tackle when up linemen getting up on you, because they was climbing. Those linemen was climbing.
This is what I saw during the preseason, and I do watch carefully preseason games, and I put some stock in them. I saw Malik Collins in the interior of my defensive line. He's a good player. I saw Antoine Woods. He's a good player. Tyrone Crawford has been a good player for them in the middle of their line. And they got Chris Covington, who is a decent veteran, sort of journeyman defensive tackle. And then that kid, Tristan Hill, that they drafted. Remember, that was their first pick in the draft. It was in the second round because they didn't have the Amari pick. But again, do we believe in Will McClay? Because he left a lot of safeties on the board, and he said, I want this defensive tackle.
Whoa.
Central Florida.
And your safeties, how they looking?
Yeah.
They were ranked near the bottom, right?
Yep.
Hold up. Did George Loco make the team?
No, he did not.
You owe me
right
2 cases.
that.
You owe me 2 cases.
One.
We bet 2 cases. He done made it again. I told you.
You're about to owe me a whole lot more. You're about to, I won't even say it because I'm not going to jinx it.
No, say it.
But you did. You won a case for me on that. You were. And I think they screwed up because George Iloka should be starting for them.
Well, hold on. How you say a man that they cut?
Because they fell in love with those 2 guys. Those 2 kids back there, Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods, they fell in love with them. Coaches are in love
Why don't you, hold on. You were singing Jeff Heath praise just 2 years.
I was not. He picked off Aaron Rodgers. That's all I know. He picked him off twice. One of them got overturned.
Well, that don't count.
But he picked the ball off.
I thought you liked Jeff Heath.
We might have won.
I thought you liked Jeff Heath.
He's just a guy. He's an overachiever.
So what did they tell you about George?
He tries hard. He tries really hard. And Xavier Woods he has good feel and instinct. I don't know if he has great athletic ability.
I can't tell. Because that's not what Mike Clay said.
Okay, but again, 32nd in interior defensive lineman, that's wrong. I'll take that one to my bank.
And I think the safeties got like 30th, 29th or 30th.
They're 30th. They're slightly ahead of the 49ers and the Jaguars, who are pulling up the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Well, you know what, Skip? You briefly mentioned Aaron Rodgers there.
Yeah. And by the way, this is my bottom line to this whole discussion. These teams will go as far as their quarterback takes them, and my quarterback is just better than yours. He's a better leader and a better clutch playmaker, and he proved it against your team twice last year. Beat him twice with 331 yards passing just in the 2 fourth quarters in the overtime. Thank you very much. Case closed. Next.
So what about 2017?
Moving on.
That doesn't count.
That's how we're ending it, Shannon. Different quarterback to talk about. Aaron Rodgers is looking deep into the future. And guys, he sees another ring, but does he need to focus on the right now instead of looking ahead? We'll discuss next.